Hi, welcome to HSC Visual Arts. This is Eddie. Today we're going to look at the process diary and how to use it. Have you ever seen this image? This is a painting made by a bloke called Leonardo da Vinci. He was alive about 500 years ago, but he's still one of the most famous artists in the world. He used process diaries. You can see here that he's made sketches, measured proportions, worked out angles. He's drawn a cat over and over again to get different poses and movements. He's made notes about various things. I don't know what they say because he wrote in Italian shorthand and he wrote backwards. But you get the idea. Great artists use process diaries. So what is a process diary? It's usually a book that looks like this. But it could be a folder, a box for three-dimensional works, or even a USB. Whatever form it takes, it is a place for you to develop your ideas, to experiment with materials and techniques, to allow your practice to evolve so that your body of work can emerge, like a butterfly from its cocoon. Remember the story of the girl who wanted to create a great artwork but didn't know where to start? This is the map of your art journey over the next year. Look at other artists and artwork, you look at the world and you record ideas in your diary. This informs and guides you in your art making, and as you experiment in your art making, you become more curious and interested in other art. You look for more ideas and solutions to problems. You take these back to your artwork, then back to your process diary for experimentation. So there's this ongoing, continual dialogue between the three. Until, at the end of the year, you've gained solid, deep knowledge of art practice. Your critical studies have helped guide you, and your process diary has helped you to develop your ideas, and you've created your body of work. This is a body of work that I made. Here's the body of work set up in an exhibition space. This body of work consists of 5 oil paintings. I'll explain to you how they came to be. I used to live on the south coast and I liked to camp there a lot next to a lake called Baril Lake. I found it really peaceful and calming and I liked being near water. I began to notice the way the trees reflected in the water and the way the reflections moved when the water moved. I wanted to see if I could make a painting look like that. So I took some photos and then made some paintings. I liked how these paintings looked, but I didn't have a lot of fun painting them. They took a lot of concentration and were really a bit frustrating. So I went to my process diary and I started researching. I collected poems, I read articles about art and artists. I looked at other artists' work and read their statements and interviews. I found more poems that talked about the world the way that I see it. I looked at exhibitions. I looked at even more paintings and photographs, artworks about water. I looked at artworks because I liked the look of them, or because I could learn something from the artist's technique. I kept going back to the lake and looking at it. I took a lot of photos. I looked at my old paintings and experimented with different materials and the idea of patterns or collage. I looked at even more artists' work, artists who painted or drew water. I went to the lake and drew sketches. I played around with photos of the lake in Photoshop. Some days I was sick of the water and my paintings, so I just collected cool pictures and poems and articles that inspired me. Then I'd do another sketch. I experimented with different colours and different techniques. A lot. I did a lot of experimenting and I made a whole series of images. I then discarded the ones I didn't like so much and kept the ones I thought were better. I recorded this in my process diary because it shows critical reflection. I started painting my final set of paintings from the best of my experiments. I documented my progress by taking photos and put those in my diary. So the diary tells the whole story of the body of work and how it came about. It's the cocoon that nurtured and grew the butterfly.